Okay, good morning to each and everyone. Good afternoon. We just have a break kanina while waiting for the processing of their eligibility check of those project that we have just opened this morning. And we have here now the eligibility check. So by virtue of the authority given to me by our our chairman, I will now present the eligibility check of the contractors that we have just classified a while ago as to their technical components. So we have here on hands now the eligibility check for contract ID 25PL0126, which is the Convergence and Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program, Multipurpose Building and Facilities to support social services, particularly the construction of school buildings at Romualdez Elementary School, proposed for integration with the existing senior high school, with an ABC of 9,900,000 pesos. The bidder, Rancher Builders Services, as to his pickup license, valid until July 27, 2026. Pickup registration, valid until 8 August 17, 2027. Work experience as appearing in the SLCC, pass. NFCC, pass. Mayor's permit, valid until 12/31/2025. DTI, valid until 1/19/2028. BIR tax clearance certificate, verified. PhilJEP registration, valid until 02/14/2026 using the 2022 format. So with this document that were provided to us by the Procurement Service in Manila as to the CWA of the bidder, Rancher Builders Services, it appears that Rancher Builder Services is eligible for contract ID 25PL0126. We'll now give the honor and privilege to Engineer Liwaliw to open and present to this body the financial proposal of Rancher Builder Services for contract ID 25PL0126.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We're going to open the original copy of the financial component submitted by Rancher Builder Services for contract ID 25PL0126, Convergence and Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program, Multipurpose Buildings, Facilities to Support Social Services, Construction of School Building, Romualdez Elementary School, proposed for integration with existing senior high school extension classes of G7 to grade 7 to grade 10, Barangay Romualdez, Rizal, Kalinga. So for the financial component, we have the financial bid form, bill of quantities, detailed estimates, cash flow by quarter, and the summary of bid prices.
Pass, sir.
The total amount of bid offered by Rancher Builders Services for 25PL0126 is amounting to, in words, 9,598,781 pesos and 31 centavos. In figure, 1, 598,781.31.
Variance, can they compute the variance?
Discount offered, blank, none.
Okay. With that, the Secretariat now is directed to collate all the documents that were submitted during this bid opening, and those will be forwarded to the technical working group for them to further examine as to the authenticity, correctness, and veracity of the documents that were presented to this August body during the bid opening. And after which, we do hope that they will be coming out with the resolution recommending award to be approved by the head of the procuring entity. Next, we'll go now to the financial opening of contract ID 25PL0127, which is the construction of school building, Alagia Elementary School, Pinokpok, Kalinga. There's only one bidder for this particular contract, the WV Construction. We have now here the technical, the verification provided to us by the procurement service in Manila for WV Construction. As to speak-up license, valid until 9/27/2027. Work experience, as appearing in the SLCC, pass. NFCC, pass. Mayor's permit, valid until 12/31/2025. DTI, valid until 5/25/2026. BIR tax clearance certificate, verified. PhilJEP registration, valid until 12/26/2025 using the 2022 format. However, in the pickup license, it appears that the license in the DPWH registry is not valid for reasons that it expired last 9/27/2025. However, upon verification of the original attached regular contractor's license in the submitted technical papers or technical proposal of WB Construction, it appears that he had already attached the updated license, which state that the license is valid until September 27, 2025 to September 27, 2026. So with this, the BAC will make a ruling. Okay, ruling. After careful perusal of the documents submitted by DWV Construction, it appears that they have not updated their CWA at the procurement service. So when requested for the eligibility check, it appears that their pickup license has not been updated. However, upon verification, on the original copy submitted during this bid opening, the WB attached or submitted the original copy of his license particulars, which is validity is up to September 27, 2026. With this, the BAC will open or make a consideration in as much that he is a loan bidder to open the financial proposal of WV. However, he is given 10 calendar days to update his CWA at the procurement service. And procurement service will provide us another technical financial aspect, the verification, as our basis for having it be post-validated or post-qualified by the technical working group. So ordered. So we'll give the honor to Engineer Liwaliw to open the financial bid proposal of WB Construction.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So we'll open the original financial proposal submitted by WV Construction for 25PL0127.
The rulings.
For the financial proposal submitted by WV Construction for 25PL0127, we have the duly signed bid form, duly signed bid prices in the bill of quantities, duly signed detailed estimates, duly signed cash flow by quarter, and the summary of bid prices. The total amount of bid offered by WV Construction for 25PL0127 is amounting to, in words, 12,273,303 pesos and 75 centavos. In figure 12,273,303.75. Discount offered, not applicable, not available.
Okay, thank you. So the Secretariat is directed to collate all the documents that were submitted during this bid opening. And after complying with the rulings that the BAC had made earlier, this will be forwarded to the technical working group for them to further examine the authenticity, veracity, and completeness of the technical documents and financial documents submitted and verified during this bid opening. And if, in the event, WB Construction will not be able to make it, the 10-day prescriptive period that we have made, it will deem ineligible. So ordered. Okay, we'll proceed to open. Next, we'll proceed to open the financial, the verification or the verification as to its eligibility for contract ID 25PL 0128. We have here now the verification or the eligibility check provided to us by the Procurement Service in Manila for 25PL 0128, which is the Convergence and Special Support Program, Sustainable Infrastructure Project Elevating Gaps under the CPOG program, access road and or bridges from the national roads connecting to indigenous people, IP communities, the construction of Gilayon Bridge located at Gilayon, Tabuk City, Kalinga. And there are two bidders for this particular contract, the 4G Construction and the DCE Builders Corporation. As to the 4G Construction, as to its pickup license, valid until 3/28/2026, pickup registration valid until 7/01/2028, work experience as appearing in the SLCC, pass, NFCC, pass. Mayor's permit valid until 12/31/2025, DTI valid until 10/06/2028, BIR tax clearance certificate verified, PhilJEP registration valid until 6/8/2026 using the 2022 format. So with these documents, it appears that 4G construction is eligible for contract ID 25PL0128. As to the other contractor, DCE Builders Corporation, formerly DCE Straniero Corporation, as to his pickup license, valid until 12/20/2025, pickup registration valid until 7/04/2027, NFCC pass. Mayor's permit valid until 12/31/2025, DTI valid until 11/29/2068 because this is a corporation, the SEC registration. BIR verified, and the validity is up to 9/08/2026. PhilJEP registration valid until 10/01/2026 using the 2022 format. However, in the work experience, it appears that DCE Builders Corporation, formerly DC Straniero Corporation, failed for reasons that no SLCC similar to the contracts to be bid. With these remarks given to us by the Procurement Service in Manila, it appears that DCE Builders is not eligible for contract ID 25PL0128. So we will no longer open the financial proposal of DCA Builders Corporation because of the work experience that were not updated or that were not commensurate to the works or to the project to be done. So we'll proceed to open the financial bid proposal of 4G construction, which is which appears to be eligible for contract ID 25PL0128. So we'll give again the honor and privilege to Engineer Warren Liwaliw to present to this body the financial bid proposal of 4G construction for contract ID 25PL0128.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So now open the original copy of the financial component submitted by 4G Construction for 25PL0128. So for the financial document submitted by 4G Construction for 25PL0128, we have the duly signed bid form. We have the duly signed bid prices in the bill of quantities, duly signed detailed estimates, duly signed cash flow by quarter, and the summary of bid prices. The total amount of bid offered by 4G Construction for 25PL0128 is amounting to, in words, 24,370,888 pesos and 31 centavos. In figure 24,370,888.31. Discount offered? None.
Okay. The documents submitted during this bid opening for contract ID 25PL0128 will all be collated by the Secretariat, and the winning bidder will be subjected for post-qualification, and the documents will be submitted to the technical working group for them to further examine the veracity, authenticity, and correctness of the documents submitted. While DC Builders, the Secretariat is directed to inform the other bidder which were earlier evaluated of the reason why he was declared ineligible for the financial aspect. So ordered. So I will now turn over the other aspect to our chairman, who is now ready and alive now. Kanina.
Thank you, Sir Alex. So let's continue. We have here the uh, technical and financial aspect, or we have here the eligibility check for Biga Construction for the contract ID 25PL0125 for pickup license valid until June 7, 2026. You have the pickup registration valid until June 30, 2028. Work experience, DSLCC, pass, NFCC, pass. The demurrage permit valid until December 31, 2025. DTI valid until January 19, 2027. BRI tax clearance certificate valid until May 7, 2026, verified. PhilJEP registration valid until November 4, 2026 using the 2022 format. For Turao, Calceo Construction Services, pickup license June 1st, 2026. Pickup registration valid until June 1st, 2026. Work experience, SLCC pass, NFCC pass. MERS permit valid until December 31, 2025. DTI valid until December 21, 2027. BIR tax clearance certificate valid until June 25, 2026, verified. PhilJEP registration valid until September 27, 2026. So it appears that the two bidders are all eligible. So again, may I ask Sir Warren to open the financial components by the two bidder for the particular project 25PL0129.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So we start with the opening of the financial components submitted by Biga Construction for 25PL0129. For Biga Construction, we have the duly signed bid form, duly signed bid prices in the bill of quantities, duly signed detailed estimates, duly signed cash flow by quarter, and the summary of bid prices. The total amount of bid offered by Biga Construction for 25PL 0129 is amounting to, in words, 3,232,431 pesos and 35 centavos. 3,232,431.35 in figure. Discount offered, blank, none. When open the original financial proposal submitted by Turao Construction or Turao Calciao Construction Services for 25PL 0129. For Turao Calciao Construction Services, we have the duly signed bid form, duly signed bid prices in the bill of quantities, duly signed detailed estimates, duly signed cash flow by quarter, and the summary of bid prices. The total amount of bid offered by Turao Calciao Construction Services for 25PL 0129 is amounting to 3,244,782 pesos and 19 centavos. 3,244,782.19. Discount offered, none.
So thank you, Sir Warren. With that, the the Secretariat will collect that document submitted by the winning bidder to be turned over to the TWD for post-qualify. And the TWG will evaluate, verify the truthfulness and veracity of all documents submitted by Turao Calciao Construction Services, and will come out with the resolution and recommending approval to be approved by the HOPE, the head of procuring entity. So next, we have the eligibility check by SMP Construction. For the pickup license, sorry. For project contract ID 25PL0130, we have here the eligibility check for CKD, Builders and Design. For pickup license, valid until March 4, 2026. Pickup registration, valid until March 4, 2028. Work experience, DSLCC, pass. NFCC, pass. Mayor's permit, valid until December 31, 2025. DTI, valid until September 19, 2029. BIR tax clearance certificate, valid until March 12, 2026, verified. And the PhilJEP registration, valid until March 31, 2026, using the 2022 format. With this, it appears that CKD Builders and Design is eligible for this particular contract. So May I ask again, Sir Warren, to open the financial aspect for submitted by CKD Builders and Design.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So, I'll open the original copy of the financial component submitted by CKD Builders and Design for contract ID 25PL0130. For the financial document submitted by CKD Builders and Design for 25PL0130, we have the duly signed bid form, duly signed bid prices in the bill of quantities, duly signed detailed estimates, duly signed cash flow by quarter, and the summary of bid prices. The total price of bid offered by CKD Builders and Design for 25PL0130 is amounting to, in words, 1,929,870 pesos and 28 centavos only. 1,929,870.28. Discount offered? None.
Thank you, Sir Warren. So with that, the Secretariat will collect the all documents submitted by CKD Builders and Design and turn over to the TWG for post-qualifying. And the TWG will evaluate, verify the truthfulness and veracity of all documents. And if all the documents is complete, the TWG will come out with the resolution and recommending approval to be approved by the HOPE or the head of procuring entity. So let's go to the next project. We have here the eligibility check given to us by the procurement services Manila for the project contract ID 25PL0131 with the contractor SMP Construction. We have the pickup license valid until April 11, 2026. Pickup registration valid until April 11, 2026. We have the work experience, the SLCC, pass, and FCC, pass. The mayor's permit valid until December 31, 2025. DTI, the SEC, valid until May 6, 2027. BIR tax clearance certificate valid until February 18, 2026, verified. PhilJEP's registration valid until July 24, 2026 using the 2022 format. With this, the SMP is eligible for the contract ID 25PL0131. Again, may I ask Sir Warren to open the financial component submitted by SMP Construction.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So, I open the original copy of the financial component submitted by SMP Construction for 25PL0131. So first we have the duly signed bid form, duly signed bill of quantities, duly signed detailed estimates, duly signed cash flow by quarter, and this duly signed summary of bid prices. The total price of bid offered by SMP Construction for 25PL0131 is amounting to, in words, 1,939,816 pesos and 54 centavos. 1,939,816.54. Discount offered 8%. Siyempre, DJ, ako ting kabil na ito eh. ABC?
Thank you, Sir Warren. So, with that, the Secretariat will collect all the documents submitted by SMP Construction and turn over to the technical working group for them to verify, evaluate further, and the truthfulness and veracity of all the documents submitted by SMP Construction, and come out with the resolution and recommending approval to be approved by the HOPE. So next we go to the last project that we have opened this morning, the contract ID 25PL0132. You have here the eligibility check of the contractor, Celestino Construction Development Corporation, formerly JJA Construction and Supply. For pickup license, valid until February 27, 2027. Pickup registration, valid until June 20, 2027. Work experience, this LCC, pass. NFCC, pass. The MERS permit, valid until December 31, 2025. DTI, SEC, valid until October 19, 2071. BIR tax clearance certificate, valid until December 20, 2025, verified. And the field job registration, valid until January 11, 2026, using the 2022 format. With this, it appears that Celestino Construction Development Corporation, formerly JJA Construction and Supply, is eligible for this contract ID 25PL0132. So may I ask Sir Warren to open the financial component submitted by Celestino Construction Development Corporation formerly JJA Construction and Supply.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Original copy of the financial component submitted by Celestino Construction Development Corporation for 25 PL 0132. First, we have the duly signed bid form, duly signed bid prices in the bill of quantities, duly signed detailed estimates, duly signed cash flow by quarter, and the duly signed summary of bid prices. The total amount of bid offered by Celestino Construction Development Corporation for 25 PL 0132 is amounting to, in words, 6,904,000 6,904,219 pesos and 9 centavos. 6,904,219.09. Discount offered, 5% of the ABC.
Thank you, Sir Warren. So with that, the Secretariat will collect all the documents submitted by Celestino Construction Development Corporation and turn over to the technical working group for them to verify, evaluate further, uh, verify the truthfulness and veracity of all the documents submitted by the contractor, and come out with the resolution and recommending approval to be approved by the Hope. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's in our procurement activities for today. We have bid opening for 7 infra projects. So, thank you for the back members, the TWG, the Secretariat, the procurement head, and also with the IT personnel and the bidders to join this procurement activities for today, and especially for those following us on the YouTube channel of DPWH LKDO. Thank you for your joining the procurement activities. And with this, let's adjourn this activity for today.